your girl Leah, back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, it is time for another crochet hair review video. And today's crochet hair, as you also saw from the title, is human hair crochet. It's a couple of different human hair crochet options, and we'll get more into that in the details. But what you didn't see in the title was the word install, because this is not an install video. It's not a DIY, it's not a tutorial, it's not a how-to. Wasn't conveyed down there. It said a review video, and what a review video is for my channel is I first come on here with my first day thoughts of a crochet hair. Moments after install, I tell you, was it overall an easy install, hard install, how many packs I used, how the knotting was, how it feels on its very first day, and all that good stuff. Then I mosey on down to 1 week in, having worn the hair for 1 week. I tell you, has it gone uphill or downhill really in the course of that week, and what my nighttime routine has been like with that hair. Then I mosey on down to my final thoughts, whether it's been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of wearing the hair. On the literal last day of me having that hair in my head, I show you how it overall looks. I tell you, has it really gone uphill or downhill over the wear of that hair, whether it's water friendly, whether it's active friendly, and overall whether I recommend you try said hair. Now, there are timestamps down below if you're somebody who wants to skip around, wants to see the 1 day, wants to see the 1 week, or just wants to see the final. You can do that down below. But if you want to watch the continuous flow of this review video, just keep watching to see my day one thoughts on this human hair crochet.
A few moments later.
So now coming on here for my day one thoughts on this naked human hair crochet. Now I'll insert a turnaround right now of how it looks on day one. There has been no cutting, there's been no product added. This is literally moments after install. And if you already caught my install video, which I will link up above for those who have not watched it yet, I will repeat pretty much everything I said in that install video because I've had the hair in for the exact amount of time as I did in that video. So if you already watched the install, you can skip ahead to the week one thoughts. But if you have not, let's get into a quick overview of what I just discussed. I bought this hair from both Sam's Beauty and Amazon. Now, in my install video, which again is filmed right before I put the hair in, I say I bought 1 extra pack from Amazon because I felt like 5 packs wasn't going to be enough. I was feeling a little scared. I bought it actually as I was dyeing the hair, because as I was dyeing it, I actually took it out the pack and I saw how many strands come in each bundle. And I was like, this ain't going to be enough. I got on Amazon and I saw the Bohemian curl was available on there. So I bought it from there because I needed it in like 2 days. But I bought the majority of it from Sam's Beauty. The hair I have is the Naked Human Hair Crochet. It's 100% human hair. It's pre-loop type. And on the package, as you can see, it says you can dye it, bleach it, perm it, all that good stuff. And it does display an elastic band that we're going to get into in a moment. But the Naked line is from the same company, Shake and Go. So if you see in the corner, Shake and Go right there, Shake and Go is the parent company of Milky Way, of Free Tress, of Saga, of Q, I think Milky Way Q, but Naked is the name they use for their human hair crochet. I don't know why. They could just call it Saga. I think they did have a Saga version of their human hair crochet, but you couldn't dye that. And I don't think it gained popularity like this version did. Now, I bought the deep curl hair, which I bought in 16 inches. And on Sam's Beauty, they had, I believe this hair starts at 10, 12, 14, 16. They didn't have the 18 inch, so that's why I had to buy it in the 16 inch. And I'd say it's closer to a looser curl, maybe a 3A type of a curl. Now, I bought the water curl, which is a little bit more of a structured curl. I'd say it's closer to maybe a 3B. And then I bought the Bohemian curl in 18 inches, which is definitely closer to a 3C, maybe 4A, but leaning towards a 3C. So I wanted this because I wanted a variety of curls in my head. I think I love the variety of curls in my head look other than just doing one whole 3C or one whole 4A. I want variety. Now, if you saw my install video, you know I have 12 braids all going straight back, coalescing into a little bun in the back, and I do have leave out. Now, with this hair, it does have the elastic band on it. I've tried a hair from this Naked line before. It was their more straight texture, their loose, deep texture. I did not have leave out in that video because I couldn't dye it. I planned on having leave out in that video, but I could not figure out at all how to dye that hair. I tried and I tried and I tried, and it wasn't working. So I said, okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to try to hide the loops. I tried my best I can. I still don't think it was 100% hidden in that video, but I really did attempt to hide and make it look like a realistic hairline in that situation. Because this brand is very elastic loops heavy, those elastic loops are black and very prominent. It's not well hidden, but I wanted to leave out hair this time, so I decided I needed to match my hair color this time. This hair in its natural state is a color natural. And again, I'm showing you how it looked pre-dye, and then I dyed it using my Clairol textures and tones, the same color I use to dye my own hair. You guys know I box dye my own hair. I'm gonna box dye this hair, but that's the issue I had the first time around. It was because I was used to box dyeing my own hair. I just used the box dye, it turns, we have no problems. With this hair, I didn't realize at that point I needed to use extra levels of developer and I needed to use bleach packs. The bleach packs is what really helps turn it. This hair took 2 processes though, of many hours of time and effort into it. I've left the dye on this hair for over 8 hours, meaning the first go around probably 4 hours, the second go around. So I took 2 processes of dyeing and it got there. The back of this hair where it says you can color it with confidence, it does say that this is virgin hair, which usually with virgin hair, you can take it up to the lightest of lights. You can take it up to a 613 platinum blonde type of a thing. You got to probably know what you're doing. I'm sure to a professional colorologist, they can do it in no time. For me, I say I'm mediocre. I can do my own hair, but bundles and all that, I've always had an issue with knowing the right process to lighten it up a bit. But I think I have, and I love the match on my hair. Again, you can see my leave out. Now, in terms of the cost of this hair, I talked about it extensively in my install video, but I will say if you do the exact process, if you have this exact hair, which is the exact hair I have in my head, I used 3 packs. Again, I thought I was gonna need 6 packs of hair. I thought 6 packs might even be too little. I used 3. That means I have 3 in my head right now. 3 I haven't even opened. I can do this whole process again. And this is how much it cost me. So that's how much a 18-inch of Bohemian, a 16-inch of deep curl, and an 18-inch of the water curl will cost you. It's this. That's just how much I have in my head. And again, I have another. I can do this again. I can do this again. I like that. I'm actually happy about that. I said in my install video, quick and easy install, quickest install I've had in a while. I mean, I was going fast and I was like, in the install video, I usually speed up things because again, if I show the whole process, the video would be, quite some time. But I feel like I didn't even need to speed up that fast. Like as I was doing it, I was like, do I need to do it 3 times? Because I'm moving fast. Thing is, you don't have to worry about splitting the hair. It's not bulk. You have each individual strand as is. You also don't have to worry about knotting the hair 3-4 times. You pull it once, it's secure. You pull it once, it's secure. It's knotted. So I think that is why it only took me an hour to put it in my head. And again, I film things, so you have to realize like I'm switching out my battery and my camera, doing a lot of other stuff. If I was just sitting in front of a mirror doing this, it probably would have been 50 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe even. My braid down for my mom too only took her about an hour. So I say 2 hours and I'm done. 2 hours. And if I didn't have film content on top of that, I'd been back in bed at 11. I've been like, all right, we're done. Pack it up. So quick and easy install. In terms of how it feels on my head, very lightweight. It's not heavy at all. If this is not good hair, I will definitely let you know along the way. I'm on first day excited though. I'm excited because it didn't take me a lot of hair. Again, I started the prices earlier, but current me can't do the calculations. But in my mind, I already know it's cheaper than it was with the Coily Q hair. I already know it's cheaper. And I know I have like a quantity that I could do this again. I know I love the shipping more, but I don't know if I'll love the curls more. Like on site on day 1, I love the feel. I love how lightweight it is. Not in love with how much time it took to color it, but that's a non-factor. Of course, if you don't even dye your hair and you wear it the natural color, then that's not an issue at all. But I think I'm just caught up in the moment. I'm also caught up in the moment that it took me no time at all to install. There's a lot of factors right now that are making me happy with this hair. I don't know right now, but the next me that you'll see, who'll be the 1 week in me, will know much more details, and she'll tell you about the maintenance, and she'll tell you about the upkeep. She'll tell you if I have to add a product to it, which I'm hoping I don't. But just keep watching to see my 1 week thoughts on this. I don't know what to call it. Human hair crochet from the Naked brand.
1 week later.
So now coming on here for my week 1 thoughts on this Bohemian curl, water curl, and deep curl hair. A lot of curls going on, but this week I know I'm leading it very strong. I love this hair. I love this combination. I love this feel. There is no complaints. I know in my intro I always say I'm going to tell you whether it went uphill or downhill in the matter of the week. I've only fallen more and more in love with it each day. It is extremely soft. It is extremely natural looking. On screen right now, you should be seeing an insert of a turnaround that I'm doing. I did go back in and fill in a few sparse areas. So I did crack open a 4th pack. I did fill in a little bit more using the Bohemian curl, which again, I think is the curl that matches my hair the most perfect. I think it's Bohemian. I think water curl matches really well as well. Again, a look at the curls. They all look so similar. The only one that stands apart is that deep curl. But I will say the water curl and the Bohemian curl are probably the most natural looking when it comes to the blend of my own particular hair. But when I say it feels so soft, I love having my fingers in this hair. And again, I've washed this hair several times because I did have to process dyeing it twice. So before I even install it, I dyed it, washed it, dyed it, washed it. So I have no concerns with the washability of this hair. When it comes to nighttime routine, all I do is pineapple the hair. And what that means is pulling the hair all to the front, getting a scrunchie. Usually I use more silky scrunchie, but I just pull what I had on hand, and then my hair is all flopped at the front. You've seen me do this several times with my own hair. So when my own hair is in its wash and go, I do pineapple. When it's my own hair, I do pineapple. When it's crochet hair, it does not matter. And I always sleep with a scarf. I'm a scarf girl. That has been my nighttime routine, and easy peasy. We love a good easy peasy nighttime routine. And then for waking up, all I do, just fix the hair, usually gel down the edges, and we are good to go. So yes, that is the hair 1 week in. Again, I'm loving the feel. I'm loving the look. I'm loving the lightweight nature of it. I'm enjoying it. But again, this is only week 1. We will see how this hair holds up at the end of the wear coming up right now.
Later.
So now coming on here for my final thoughts on the Naked water curl, Bohemian curl, and deep curl. I know I got 3 different things going on in my head right now, but as you can see from the signage, it has been 3 weeks with this hair. And again, I always knew I was going to take it out at 3. I thought I was going to push it to 4 weeks, but my next week with work got crazy. And I have a hair appointment next Saturday that I'm very excited about, and I can't wait to share with you guys. But for now, I'm going to give my final thoughts on this hair. Now, what has happened in these past few weeks? Again, we just started college recruiting season for me, so we're just at the cusp of it, and it's been a very busy time. And I'd say this hair didn't really give me a lot of problems. Again, it's only been, I've been at one event, 3-day event. I think in a hotel room, putting it up at night, the maintenance on it was very low. Like I said, probably in my first week thoughts, the pineappling method was what I do with my own hair. It's what I did with this hair as well. I'll be inserting right now as I'm talking a turnaround too, so you can see the hair throughout and its length and its overall look. Also, as I'm talking right now, I'll insert a clip of me having washed the hair. I have washed the hair one time, the hair itself one time. I wash my leave out pretty much every week because I have to restyle my leave out. So I try to be very careful, pull my hair back into a ponytail, or the crochet hair back in a ponytail, and wash my leave out. But I've washed this hair itself one time just so I could see how it performed with washing. I will say it shed like crazy after I washed it. crazy. I was in that shower like, oh my gosh, why is hair shedding like this? And I would think that with the knot and the loop being the way it is, it wouldn't shed at all. I don't even have shedding problems with synthetic hair. Why is this shedding so bad? And it shed really bad, real bad. I think the curl looked better post washing. Like post washing, I think it looks more defined than it did when I first installed it. If you remember, had side by side of how it looked when I first installed it, I think it was a little frizzy. It had been through a couple of things. It had been through 2 washes and coloring. So I think it had dried out a bit. I left conditioner on the hair for a while, like I would my own hair. And I think that revitalized it a bit and added a bit more to the hair. So it feels a lot softer now post wash than it did really when I installed it. So I think it's in a good place. The knots on this hair, if I lean in and lean down, it takes us a lot, even for my leave out to cover it. I know that people say there's a way, if you watch Beauty Can Braid's video, where you can hide that long knot loop thing at the top. It's you gotta be skill level 10. If you out there are like skill level 7, 8, and you've been able to do it, tell me how. Tell me your ways, because that knot is hard to hide. I don't see how, with your braids being a certain size, braids are but so small, there's no way you can hide that within the braid, in my opinion. My hair ain't that thick. My hair is on the thinner side too. I can't hide that. If I was to install this with no leave out, I don't know how it would be possible. I think the hair itself, beautiful. I love this hair. I think this hair might be, the hair itself, my favorite human hair crochet. I think for multiple reasons. One, I think it mirrors my hair really well. Two, it's in the same family, I say, as that Coily Q human hair I tried, but this is much cheaper, ships much faster, all of that good stuff. I like the loop on that Coily Q a lot more. And maybe I'll do another human hair rankings video. I've already done one, but now that I've tried this, I might need to revisit that because I like a lot of components about this. The quality of the hair, minus the shedding, is good. It takes color really well now that I know how to do it, several times. It's cheaper than most. It ships faster than most. The thing that holds it back for me, it's just one element, minus the shedding again. It's just one element, and it is that elastic glue. I think y'all could really dominate the space. Naked, Saga, Milky Way, Free Tress, Shake and Go, whatever your brand title, ultimate name is. I speak to you as a company. I think y'all could have something dominant if y'all just take that elastic loop away. That is just the worst loop. It is my by far least favorite loop in human hair. Companies need to find a way so that human hair can stay in your head. It cannot be like synthetic hair where it's just willy-nilly and the thickness and the synthetic nature of it just holds it in place. This human hair ain't gonna hold itself in place. It's too soft, it's too silky. You ain't gonna be able to knot the hair 100 times and it's gonna be able to stay. It is just too soft. It will fall out at the first. You will be walking around here, gonna be slipping and sliding out your head. So companies try the little string. They try like Coily Q and put that little micro lock on there. They try this elastic loop. They've tried different things. And I think my least favorite is this. I think my least favorite is this. Whatever. I'm not a fan of it. I also insert a clip. Right now, me doesn't know how the takedown can be, but I think when I took down the Shake and Go hair, easiest takedown though. Easiest takedown of all. Again, the takedown of that Wigget hair with that string and the takedown of that Coily Q hair with that little lock is a hard takedown. The takedown with this elastic loop, and again, I'm speaking on past experiences, but future me is taking it down right now, as you're seeing on screen.
You all, I don't think I have enough words to describe how easy and simple this takedown process is. Because of that elastic loop, you can just widen the loop and pull the hair through like butter. It is super easy. Again, because of that elastic loop and not triple knotting or having to do multiple knots in this hair, it's really the reverse actions of what you did to install it. How you pulled the hair through, you just pull it out this time. You wind the loop and you pull the hair out. And you pull it out and you pull it out and you repeat the process until you're left with what you're seeing right here as the pile of the hair. I didn't lose any hair in this process. I took out every single strand of this hair and now it's sitting on this chair. So I reused about every piece. I'd say maybe there were two that were just the loop was way too wide and it stretched a little bit too much. But other than that, I'd say 98% of this hair was saved, and it's exactly because of that elastic loop.
The reusability is a big factor of it for me, but a lot of you guys don't want to have leave out. You let me know over and over again, we don't want leave out. It defeats the purpose. This isn't a hair I can see even feasible to not leave hair out. It's like, again, if I move this a little bit, y'all gonna see everything I have going on up under here. It is elastic loop city down here. The loops is looping in a way that I just think is not going to be people's favorite way. People have always commented on my human hair videos like, I'm interested in human hair, but this is just too expensive. It ain't gonna get much cheaper. And I think it is not gonna get much cheaper than this. Honestly, it's probably the most affordable, but I'd pay maybe an extra $10 a pack if they could just get the loops together. So do I think it's water friendly is a question I always get. Human hair is always going to be able to get wet. You've seen it wet. I've washed this hair. Always water friendly. Human hair by default is coming from a human who, in theory, they used to wash their own hair. So they can wash their hair. Would it be something I would take to a beach? I said I never would want to take human hair to the beach because it's just going to take a lot of maintaining to do after, especially if I swim. Would I take this to the beach and vacation if I was not dipping my head in the pool? Absolutely. Why not? It's gonna last. My own hair, my leave out is gonna succumb to that humidity, but the hair itself is gonna hold up. But if I plan on swimming, no. It's gonna take hours to dry. I'm gonna have to restyle it. I had to put product in it. I did the same wash and go technique I did in my last video. I used the Dews Mousse Def and I used the gel by Briogeo. I used that same process to do the wash and go on my own hair. Again, I don't want to have to do a wash and go though. I don't want to have to do any of that on vacation. So can it stand up to water? Yes, but I'm not putting a human hair on my vacation list. Sorry. You can do it if you will want to. Active friendly, yeah, I think you could work out in this no problem at all. It'd be great. Again, it's just like an extension on my own hair. Do I recommend you try this hair? I think if you've been eyeing it, I think it's fine, but I do think you need to be aware that you might need a little bit of leave out, and it's going to be high to hide unless you're not afraid to not hide the knots. If you're okay if the knots just show, if you want a seamless hairline too, maybe a professional could do it, but I don't think this is DIY friendly at all. So I hope this video helps. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Even if it didn't, still give it a big thumbs up. We want all the love and support over here on this channel, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a thing we do over here, and have that notification bell on so you're alerted as soon as new content comes. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon89 to keep up with my shenanigans in real time. TikTok at Lia Lavon, which is a few more shenanigans in a bit more real time. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.